Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hello YouTubers, it's Katrina here. You all, I know that I wasn't supposed to upload another video for a couple more days. However, since we are a huge family that is continuing to grow, I felt like I needed to come back on here and kind of let you all know what's going on. So yesterday I uploaded a video just basically, letting you all know what had been going on and so forth. So with that being said, I went back to the doctor today to, sorry you guys, I'm trying to get my arm comfortable. I went back to the doctor today to get my blood levels, redrawn, to find out, I believe it's the quantitative number, if I'm not mistaken, for the HCG. I was able to get that information back. My HCG levels are down. They're not going up. Unfortunately, the doctor had to be the bearer of bad news. He did let me know that my HCG level today was 19.09. He, and I'm referring to the doctor because I had a guy doctor today, he's stating that more than likely this was a chemical pregnancy. I'm not necessarily saying it was a ectopic pregnancy, but it was a chemical pregnancy. I always thought that chemical pregnancies were ectopic pregnancies. However, I'm no doctor. I'm no, qualified nurse, or health physician. So I need to do a little more research on that. Nonetheless, they think I'm having a miscarriage. So they want me to follow up with my OB if I can get back in there a week from today. So essentially next Thursday, kind of see where my levels are. Hopefully my levels have went back down to 0. I did ask him, is there need for a DNC? He stated no, since I was so early on. The images that they took of the uterus the other day, basically there's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing in there. So he said, everything that I'm supposed to pass, I've probably already passed them. So I actually got to thinking, since this time around, everything felt different. Like I didn't even, how can I put this? Even though you're spotting or you have a kind of light flow, does not always warrant a miscarriage. It may warrant that something is possibly going on in your body, and or it's nothing, everything is totally fine. So I didn't want to hurry up and jump to conclusions. I immediately started my progesterone cream. If this pregnancy was to stick, I wanted to make sure that I did everything that I could, to bring a healthy baby into the world. So I jumped on the bandwagon with that. So now I've stopped the progesterone cream so that everything that needs to pass can pass. What else? In the next couple of days, I'll probably do some castor oil packs. I will probably do that. It says not to do it, if you're on your AF, but I've known ladies that have done it, that were on their AF. I've known ladies that, tend to wait, once they get off for their AF. So I think it's just personal preference, to be honest. Considering, this is a miscarriage, more than likely that I'm having, I kind of feel like maybe this is something I need to exercise while I am on, just so that whatever's in there can be flushed out. Any type of scarred tissue, that will help with the scarred tissue, things of that nature. So, yeah, I'm really, really sad. Like, I made another video, but something's going on with the editing, so I just said forget it, and I didn't even upload it. But I'm trying to keep myself from crying, you guys, because I want to come on here and be strong and uplifting. But you guys, there's so many different things that are going on right now that are literally just out of my flipping control. So yeah, I asked the doctor, what do you think could be causing this? Because these are consecutive losses, like back to back to back to back to back. It's not making sense to me. So we talked about a couple of different things. For one, he asked me, have I always been overweight? And I was a bit offended because I don't consider myself overweight. However, science does. And I said, I beg your pardon? He says, how long have you been overweight? And I said, honestly, I didn't see myself as overweight. I saw myself as a thick, curvy young lady. And he says, right. So that right there lets me know maybe he thinks I'm in denial, which I'm not. Um, if you all have ever seen me, you know, I'm 5'2" all day long, but I have curves. You know, I have a really small waist, but do I have hips? Absolutely. Do I have an ass? Absolutely. You know, I'm not top heavy, if you all know what I mean. I'm real. I just look like a thick young lady. That's it. I just feel like I have curves and hips, and everything is in the right spot. However, science tells me and tells everybody else, you know, I'm overweight. I'm too big to be, you know, 5'2" with this type of weight on me. So we talked about that. He did let me know maybe you need to consider losing some weight. I won't tell you how much, but any weight that you do lose will change the metabolic form of your body. Yeah, he's right. That will change the form of my body. Is it in my DNA to be a bit more thick? I think it is. I had my father tell me, I think that was last week when I came back off of my trip. He stated, Katrina, man, you sure do look like your mom. I hate when people tell me that because when I see my mom, it's not that she's an ugly woman or anything like that. She's overweight. I hate when people tell me that. I mean, I know I look like her, and you know, I had to get him to explain that to me. And this is kind of off topic here, but I was like, "What do you mean I look like her?" And he was like, "No, I mean, you know, you look like her when she was in her coming on up years. You know, she was shaped just right. You know, she was this, that, and the other." And my mother, I can honestly say that in her late 20s is when we started to notice her metabolic form start to change. She started to pick up more and more weight. Around by that time, if I look back and just kind of observe and remember what had happened, we had a loss in our family, and my mother took that loss like extremely hard. So I think that she was kind of eating her way out of certain situations. You know, she turned to food for comfort. And around by the time she was my age, or 32, either 32 or 33, she was much more heavier than I am now. But if I don't watch it, I'm gonna be right on my way to, you know, being as close to heavy as she was around by this particular time in her life. You know, I'm just saying if I don't change my habits. So that was the first thing we talked about, me being overweight. I'm not considered obese. However, I am what science considers to be overweight. Okay. The second thing we discussed is he asked me, you know, you've had all these tests ran because I have a neurologist that I go see at that same hospital for my severe migraines. They've checked my thyroid levels, they've checked my glucose levels, they've checked so many different things. So the doctor stated, well, has your husband had any work done on his sperm count and his blood levels and so forth? And I indicated no. He says, I think the next step that we need to do, since he does not have any children biologically of his own, the next thing we need to do is get him in here and have him have tests ran on him to see where his numbers are, and you know, if there are any underlying issues that are or have developed within him. Some of you guys know, depending on what type of husband, boyfriend support system you have, sometimes they're not willing to do certain things. My husband is probably not going to be willing to do these tests. Why? I don't know. I don't think that he has anything to hide. I don't think it's anything like this. But when doctors start looking at certain factors such as your age, for one, if you have had any children, are they living? Have you not had any? You know, it's certain things that they look at. And from even my regular OB, she suggested this back in March. And I gave the little paperwork to my husband. I was like, look, the doctor is stating this. The next time around, if I get pregnant and we're not able to hold these babies or the baby, you're going to have to go in for testing because they don't know what it could. It's nothing on my end other than, like I keep reiterating, I need to lose weight. That's the only one factor that she could probably state that is causing this, but she's not 100% sure. However, you do need to get tested so we can see where things are. He's a little bit older. He ain't no spring chicken. You know what I mean? He's 36. He's about to be 37. Does he have any kids biologically? No. So that in itself, I think it's one of those things where who wants to hear, not saying that it is, not saying anything like this. So let me put that disclaimer out there. Who wants to hear that your sperm count is low? Who wants to hear that the mobility of your sperm is questionable? Nobody. I think it's certain things that the doctor might say that may make him feel uncomfortable or make him feel some type of way. So I think that he's kind of scared of the unknown, which is totally understandable. So I understand where he's coming from in that aspect. But, we need to find out facts. We need numbers. I need some closure to some of this stuff, because if I'm around here doing everything I possibly can and it's not me, maybe it is with the weight loss situation or me needing to lose weight. But, if there's something that you could be doing, if there's something going on with your sperm count, if there's extra supplements that you could be, taking to help everything out, why not do it? So that's kind of where we left. That's kind of where the doctor left everything earlier. My oldest son and I, my 17-year-old and I went back to the ER today to have the lab work redone. So my husband wasn't there. My youngest one, he wasn't there either. Thank goodness. So yeah, I'm okay, you guys. I don't know. I'm tired and I'm frustrated, but who can I be frustrated at, honestly? God's timing is perfect. If he wanted me to have this baby would be still here. I'll be on my way with great progress. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to do, I don't want this video to be super duper long, but what I'm going to start doing is, I know that even my regular OB, she gets on my ass. She rides my coattail about this, about me being quote unquote overweight. She has told me on a number of different occasions, even before I even started TTC. Excuse me, Katrina, you need to lose weight. Katrina, why you not losing weight? Katrina. So I'm like, damn it. I just want to I don't feel like I need to lose weight, but maybe I do. Honestly, maybe I do. So starting tomorrow, ladies, I already have my membership to Planet Fitness. It's really not that far from my house. So what I'm going to start doing is just go. I don't want to waste my membership anywho, but anything that I could do to give me a healthy start to not only having another baby, but to be able to hold this child full term. I don't want to deprive me and my family of that because I like to eat. I hear crickets. No, I'm just kidding, but I'm serious. I'm trying to make light of the situation because I don't want to cry. I've been crying for the last few hours. I cried myself to sleep. That's why my face actually kind of looks like this. I cried myself to sleep. So yeah, that's kind of where we are with everything, you all. So no baby this time around. No baby. No baby. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to be hitting the gym. My goal, you hear the verbiage that I'm using. My goal is to go to the gym at least 4 days out of the week. So I'm really, truly going to be busting my hump in the gym. I'm not trying to get swole. No, nothing like that, ladies. No, nothing like that, gentlemen. I just want to lose weight and kind of get healthy. I honestly feel like if I can lose a good 15 pounds, anything I lose or gain is going to change the metabolic form of my body. So, with that being said, if I lose 15 pounds, I will not only be able to see it in my clothes, but my body will thank me for it. I'm noticing I love heels. I've even noticed that I can't wear heels like I used to, like certain heels. Sorry, you guys, it's on my eye. Certain heels, honestly, I can't wear. Whereas, back 4 or 5 years ago, I don't know what that was. Back 4 or 5 years ago, I could wear those type of heels with no problem. So I know that my weight is playing a small factor on some things, but yeah. So I'm going to do that. And then also I'm going to start taking supplements every single day. Actually, I'm going to stay on my prenatal vitamins, and that's what I'm referring to when I say supplements. I'm actually going to stay on my prenatal vitamins. I'm still torn in between if I want to keep trying or give myself a break. I feel like if I give myself a break, I'm going to become complacent and maybe I'll change my mind. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to become complacent and just kind of blow everything off and, it may never happen. I think I'm going to continue trying. I think is the verbiage I'm using. I don't know. We'll just kind of see. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know what my cycles are going to be like right now. I don't even know when I'm going to ovulate. And like I told you guys already in the last video, hell, I didn't, the mere fact that I wasn't even trying and the only thing that I actually charted was the days we had sex. That goes to show that I wasn't even trying. Seriously, last whatever cycle it was. I wasn't trying. We just did the do and that was that. So, yeah. Any suggestion, ladies? I have Vitex here. I've taken the Vitex before. That stuff gives me a horrible headache, and I already suffer from migraines. So the mere fact that I've been able to wean myself off of the migraine medicine is a huge plus, because my doctor 150% told me, no, you need to stay on this medicine. It was so bad last year. I think I was hospitalized like 3 or 4 times last year, and I'm talking about for some days, like damn near a week or so, because of my migraines, because they were under control. And some of the medicine from the migraines, DHDA, I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, that particular one works wonders. However, I had a huge allergic reaction to it. I can't take that. There's so many different things that my body is allergic to. I can't take that may actually be beneficial to me. So my doctor advised me not to wean myself off of the medicine. And I can honestly tell you that this year alone, I've maybe had an episode, maybe anywhere from 8 to 10 times, and that's just me kind of thinking about it right off the top of the bat. But 8 to 10 times compared to last year, I was having migraines every day. I could not function. I could not function at all. Like, even the medicine that they were giving me, and I know this is kind of off topic, off subject, even the medicine they were giving me, I mean, that some of that medicine, it makes you a zombie. How can you function like that? And where I live and where I work, it's like an hour, almost a 2 hour commute. And this is with traffic. Without traffic, it's more like 45, 50-minute commute. But there was no way. There was no way I could function like that. So I said, God, I know this is not what you have for me. I'm not supposed to be zoned out like this, with all these different pain medications and all of these different other type of medicines. Hell, I can't even pronounce, nobody can pronounce these things. But I weaned myself off of that so that I could get to this part where I can't conceive. And now that I can conceive, now that I'm fully able to conceive, there's still another elephant in the room: weight loss. So I've got to get that elephant out of the room, And like I said, I don't want to deprive myself or my family of, something that not only they've been asking for, but I've been wanting as well. So that is ultimately my goal. I know I keep repeating myself, but I don't want to use words like, but I'm trying to gear myself up to what's about to happen. So you guys, I'm actually looking for some support. I don't feel like I have enough support here at home. You know, my kids don't understand what I'm going through, and I don't expect them to. However, my husband, he's not as supportive as I need him to be. And he really hasn't been. He's here physically, but he's not supportive, and he doesn't understand. I don't think he understands how to be supportive. And I've tried to tell him certain things that I need from him. Like, I knew weight loss was a factor, so I've asked him, you know, hey, can you go to the gym with me? Oh no, my back is hurting, or Mom, I don't feel like going today. And I'm just like, but please, can you please just go with me for me? He didn't want to do it. So that's a huge bummer, and he doesn't even realize it. So I'm gonna try to find somebody else who has some idle time like I do during the day. I will be starting school next week in the evening, so that's gonna consume a lot of my time. But if I could just find some support, because I really truly need it. I've been holding on, you know, to so much, and now this, and I don't know if he's going to be willing to take the test. That's a lot. So I have to keep you guys posted with that. But I'm starting to ramble, you guys. I don't want to ramble. Anywho, I figured I'd make this video. I'm not in the, if you see my face, I have that I don't give a care face today. Today is just, it's another day. It's just, I really got some bad news today. So yeah. All right, ladies. Well, I'm going to jump off here. You all don't forget about the contest, and don't forget about the 21 questions. I see that I'm having views on the videos, but nobody's leaving any questions. Send the questions to the email that I'm going to, link in the description box, so that I can answer those questions for you all on Saturday, okay? Until next time, loves, stay safe and beautiful. Bye-bye.